Hey, everybody, it's Carson Schubert with the Skol Purple podcast here on YouTube. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Skol Purple Pod because we do go live on there with our regular shows, episodes, and for everything Vikings content that we have at Skol Purple Podcast right here on YouTube. But I want to talk about the Vikings. What didn't go wrong for the Vikings on Monday Night Football against the Philadelphia Eagles? Let's first of all start by saying everything went wrong for the Vikings on Monday Night Football in Philadelphia. Like, what didn't go wrong? The only thing that really didn't go wrong is the punting, and I hate to say that because obviously Ryan Wright's a good punter, but if that's what you're hanging your hat on, I'm sorry. I watch Iowa football. Unfortunately, I'm a Hawkeyes fan this season where the offense doesn't do anything. It's not a good thing when you have to talk up your punter every game. Um, that wasn't the case last week, but it was the case this week. We have to talk up our punter because we only scored 7 points. Anyways, the Vikings did not do what they were supposed to do this week. And I didn't want them. I obviously wanted them to win the game, but I didn't think they were going to win the game. But I said, if they can come in there and be competitive against Philadelphia, then I'd be okay with a loss. Like I mean, you never want to lose a game, but if you're competitive, it's your first year as the head coach, Kevin O'Connell, and it's a new offense, new defense. If you can be competitive, a 23-17 game is kind of what I saw going into it, and the Vikings just came in unprepared. Let's start with the offense. The offense went 3 and out 3 times. They had 1 touchdown in that first half, none in the second half. Don't even get me started. We'll talk about that, actually. And then the defense, lo and behold, surprising. I know what happens when the offense for Philadelphia comes out and the Vikings defense is absolutely tired and can't get things rolling defensively. Well, they go back and they score again. And why did that happen? Well, the first drive was a bad drive for the Vikings defense and the first half. But then the Vikings, what do they proceed to do? That second drive, their first drive of the game, second drive overall in the game, Philadelphia having the first, they go out there and they go 3 and out. And not only did they go 3 and out on the first drive, they went 3 and out on the second drive and a total of 3 times in that first half. And when your defense is tired, I don't know if you know this or not. I think it's pretty obvious that your defense is tired, and it's probably not going to be a good thing, especially when they're chasing a Jalen Hurts out there every snap, basically. So it's not something that you want to happen, especially when you're playing Jalen Hurts. But going 3 and out after your defense just allowed a long scoring drive and looked like they were tired already, like that's not a recipe for a win usually. So but the defense did allow 24 points, and then in the second half, even though I still don't think Ed Donatel made really any adjustments, I thought that the second half they did better, at least in the points department. It was more of that bend don't break defense. However, they did allow quite a few in the rushing game in that second half, and I don't think maybe the Eagles were as attack heavy in the second half of that game. But the Vikings also got a blocked field goal. Then they also got a pick that was returned by Hicks. Both of those returns were inside the 30-yard line of Philadelphia. And what did the Vikings offense do again? They didn't do a thing with it. The only time they were helped by the defense in the game and the special teams, they couldn't do anything with it in that second half. They were gift wrapped 2 touchdowns, basically, or at least 10 points in those 2 takeaways, one by the special teams and one by the defense, and they couldn't do anything with it. Like, you cannot do that on the road in Philadelphia. You cannot go into Philadelphia and expect to win when you can't, let alone turning the ball over. But when you get turnovers, you've got to take advantage of them. No matter if you're on the road or not, but especially when you're on the road. And it was just a coaching failure from Kevin O'Connell to Ed Donatel to everybody else, other than, I would say, Daniels, the special teams coach. He was fine. His special teams unit, I thought, played great. Obviously, the block. Ryan Wright was fantastic. Jalen Reagor didn't have much to do in the game, but that's okay. He didn't fumble. He didn't cost us anything. He had that nice reverse. So, Yeah, just an absolute coaching failure. And the worst part about it is Ed Donatel played this same offense last year, and maybe you could say Philadelphia's offense is a little better with AJ Brown. Yeah, sure. But he played Jalen Hurts last year. He knows what he brings. Why did he think that that was going to change anything? Why did he think that shell defense coming out with that again in the second half was going to change anything? It really didn't. It really didn't. So they need to look hard in the mirror, and I do have faith. I do have faith that the Vikings will look in the mirror and they will be able to make these adjustments until proven otherwise. Like I said in the Fan Express line last night, make sure to go check that out if you didn't, by the way, on Skol Purple Podcast here on YouTube. Where Dryce and I and we had a Eagles fan come in as well, talk to us a little bit about the game, what people thought about the game and all that. But just an absolutely atrocious effort on Monday Night Football. I was hoping for at least some competition from the Vikings in that game. Nothing. But they got to rebound. They got to recap. You can't hang your heads in this league. You got to get back on the wagon, get ready for a tough Detroit team. Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I think a lot of people have been saying this already, but it ain't going to be an easy game next week. Vikings are going to have to come ready to go against the Detroit Lions on Sunday. Once again, hope you enjoyed this video, and go ahead and subscribe, comment your thoughts on the game. Anything I missed from the game that you want to bring up, make sure to bring that up in the comments section, and I will be glad to respond and to your comments if it is something like that. So Vikings are 1-1. Season's far from over, but a big one on Sunday against Detroit. As always, Skol.